Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
Alright, we're the brothers from Great Millstone, Atlanta. Giving our praise and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations and peace to the elect, alright, the nation of Israel. And, Lord willing, this lesson to be edifying to you, Akim, who may tune in. Basically, we're going to go into the strength of faith, alright? And through the spirit of Ba'ashem Yahushua, we're going to cover some scriptures going into how faith, in this walk and in this ministry is a key ingredient, man. All right. You basically, we're going to get into Hebrews 11, where it says it's impossible to please the Most High without faith. All right. Faith is a centralized power source that keeps us thriving. All right, and moving forward, man. Going into these latter days, man. All right, so you can start with Hebrews 11, and the young brothers after that today.
This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right, you read that again, Baruch Shah.
Hebrews 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for.
Now, what's the main thing that we're hoping for? Hoping for salvation, all right, first and foremost, all right, from our Lord Yahushua. We're hoping for the kingdom of heaven, all right. Read the scriptures with promise unto us, but we don't physically see the kingdom. Spiritually, we see it, all right, through the brothers, all right. Yahushua said the kingdom of our Father dwelleth within you. So we see the kingdom in the spiritual sense being built, but we don't physically see the crowns and the luxurious structures. All right, but we got hope and faith that's coming, man, because it's written. Go ahead.
It says the evidence of things not seen.
Right. So we have faith, even though it's not something tangible that you can touch, but through the spirit. And through what's written, man, we believe that he is, man. And I think it says that too. If you jump down to verse 6.
Okay, I'll jump down to verse 6, and then I got a precept which was just saying about the intangible things we can't touch. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Right, without faith, it's impossible to please Yahushua Yahushua, man. That's right. All right, it's impossible. So that goes to show you right there, faith is so important in this walk, man, this ministry. All right, and like the brother, prior to the filming, the brothers talking about basically how faith is basically it embodies everything in this truth, man. And you go through your persecutions, through your daily afflictions, dealing with things on the day to day. These things, or you go through situations where the Lord get you out of a jam. Like these things add to your faith, man. All right, and it builds you up. Go ahead.
It says, "For he that cometh to Yahweh Yahushua must believe that he is."
Right, you must believe that he is, man. And that's actually what the Most High's name means. Yahweh, he is, man. He exists. You gotta believe in this thing, man. All right, brothers that wholeheartedly believe in this thing. You see them going hard, fervent in the spirit, certain brothers that have been around, have longevity, that been around. You ain't gonna be around if you don't believe, man. Brothers catch hell, go through the sufferings, because we believe that he is, man. The Lord has allowed us to remain, man. Go ahead.
And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Right. So we read scriptures like this, and we have faith that, look, we're going through these sufferings. Our faith is being tested on certain levels. We're going through our tribulations, but we know that the Lord is a rewarder of them that seek him, man. All right? And the only ones that's going to seek him in sincerity is the elect, man. All right?
I got something. And it's literally on further down in the chapter. This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 24. And I'm going to jump down as well, or whatever. I'm going to skip 26 because the point is between 24, 25, and 27 because it's going to go into what the brother was speaking. It says, by Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So Moses, he knew through faith, like, damn, man, I gotta suffer this hell with them because they're up under the curses, man. Like, so in him understanding that, he understood, like, damn, like, it's a kingdom. Like, they got a promise that they're gonna have a kingdom, they're gonna have for everlasting life, and they will reign with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, with his son Yahushua, man, in the flesh, under King David. Moses understood these things, man.
Yeah.
He understood, and him understanding this is something that he couldn't reach out and touch. So he accepted the fact, like, shit, I gotta lose right now to win later, man.
That's faith.
That's faith.
You know, he believed that the Lord was gonna lead him to the promised land.
Come.
That's right.
It said, I continue. It's a lot. I'm gonna jump down. No. Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. And that's what these people do now. They enjoy pleasures of a sin for a season, man, because we know that this king is temporal, man. Like, this kingdom shall be destroyed. So everybody that's, chasing a bag right now, chasing after women, whatever have you within Babylon or whatever, that's just for a season, man. But we men right here behind this camera, we're choosing to suffer for righteousness' sake, man. Forsaking the ways of the world, because we know, like, the things that these people receive now is but for a season, but the things in which we see that yet we can't see right about now, is forever, man. It's eternal. Why? Because we have faith in the scriptures. That's where it begins, man. Otherwise, we'll be out there in the world just like these people, man.
Right.
But the fact that we're not, it shows faith, man. But it will show greater faith that we continue to endure. I'll jump down to verse 27. It says, by faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king. Why? Because he did a righteous act by putting the Egyptian to death, man. It says, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. Like the brother was saying, here it is a power that he's all around us, but yet we can't see him, but yet we lay hold on things that our eyes have yet to lay eyes upon, man. Our eyes have yet to behold themselves. Why? Because we see it through the spirit, man, but yet we can't see it in the carnal sense. Where is it? I think it's Romans chapter 6 and 24. If a brother get that, Romans for sure.
8 and 24.
8 and 24, 6 and 24.
Oh, 8.
8 and 22.
It's Romans 8 and 24.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yes, it's very Romans 8 and 24. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope.
So hope that is seen is not hope, man. Like the brother was going into, we can't reach out and touch it. Here it is. It's saying, it says, Salah. It says, by faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured, which means to be made hard. He was made hard through going through surface affliction, dealing in the wilderness. It says, as seeing him who is invisible. So it wasn't a man that he could naturally lay eyes upon, man. But yet here's the greatest power upon the planet Earth, having everything in a proper balance, and he controlling it. But yet, if you're a spiritual man and through faith, you see this, and you see Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right. But you can continue on that.
Yep.
We'll start back.
Romans 8 and 24. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope.
It said we're saved by hope, man. So that's the strength of being saved, man. Mm-hmm. That's the strength. That's why our strength lies, man, in faith first, man. Because it wouldn't put a hope in being saved in the same sentence if it didn't coincide with each other. Mm-hmm. Having that faith, man. Having faith and hoping in it, man. But was there any more?
Yes, more. Okay. It says, for what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for?
Yeah, these people see what they have in the world, man. That's not hope. They can reach out and touch it. But the things that we have are spiritual. We don't lay up carnal things in our mind, man. We lay up spiritual gifts, man, spiritual treasures. So we don't see these things, but yet we lay it up.
Like the brothers always said, but if the Lord just showed us that, all right, you gonna make it, you gonna make it. we wouldn't have that faith.
Yeah, okay.
You know, that's why the Lord did that, so we can lean on Him. You know, the scriptures speak about leaning on your own understanding. You know, the Lord is a strong tower. You know, the Lord does these things for a reason. You know.
This is John chapter 20. I'm gonna start at verse 25. It says, "The other disciples therefore said unto him, We have seen the Lord. But he said unto them, Except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I will not believe." This was Thomas talking,
right?
Because you know, he didn't fully believe that he resurrected. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Nah, I gotta see it to believe it." I'm gonna come around and make the point. It says, verse 26, "And after 8 days, again his disciples were within, and Thomas with them. Then came Yahushua, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst, and said, Peace be unto you." So shalom. You know, verse 27. "Then saith he to Thomas, Reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands, and reach hither my hand, and thrust it in my side, and be not faithless, but believing. And Thomas answered and said unto him, My Lord and my power." In verse 29, Yahushua said unto him, and listen to what Yahushua said back to Thomas. He said, "Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen, and yet have believed." And that's exactly what the brother Tazabal was going into. We're here with Yahushua ain't here right now. Because if Yahushua were here right now, our faith would be finished.
Right.
When Yahushua is here, that means he's going to crack them skies and take our enemies down. Has that happened? No, it hasn't. But we believe it's going to happen. And he said, "Blessed are those who have believed and have not seen yet." Now, Thomas, he had to see it to believe it. We don't got to see it to believe it. You know what I'm saying? We the other way around. I mean, we just believe, man. He shows us signs all the time. We be in the group text. Every brother just been seeing 144, 144, 144, 144. Chariot here, chariot there. All day, every day. Those are good enough signs for me. You know what I'm saying?
These disasters that's going around. You know, that's signs, man. The Lord showing us signs.
Like we send all these prophecies. If I see some prophecies coming to pass, I'm believing. You know, when we all first heard the name Yahweh Shem Yahushua, I believed in that name. You know,
Romans 10:17, which is what the brother just said.
You know, and I'm gonna bring out what you quoted, Kratazar, right quick. This is Proverbs 18 and verse 10. "The name of the Lord is a strong tower; the righteous run up into it, and it is safe." So, you know, once we all heard the name, all of us brothers, we believed. We believed in that name, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And he was able to allow us to see the prophecies coming to pass. You know, the rumors of wars, the earthquakes in diverse places. The volcanoes, you know, all these things going on in the world today. So those are just signs of just letting us know that he's almost here, you know. And I'm gonna bring this one out right quick. This is Ecclesiastes 2, and get straight to the point. Verse 6: "Believe in him, and he will help thee, order thy way aright, and trust in him." So you should be trusting in that name, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and you should be trusting that he got you all the way to these camps. You know, allow you to meet certain brothers, learning your Hebrew, coming back to your ways, man, because that's a powerful thing too.
Get that Romans 10, I think it's 17.
It's Romans 10 and 17. It says, "So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High."
Like the brother was saying, you got to hear Yahweh first, and then you see that. That's where you get that 1 Corinthians 3, where it says Apollos planted, water, Paul planted, the Most High give the increase. Then it's up to, the Most High if you're going to have the faith, because faith is the gift. I think I'll pass it right back. Can you please get Proverbs 28 and 9, man? Reread that while we're looking at that.
Romans 10 and 17. "So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High."
So you got to hear this thing in order to receive the faith. You You gotta hear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You gotta hear that the arrows are the missiles. You gotta hear that Mystery Babylon is aka America. America KKK.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta hear that and then start believing it. But when you start believing it, that's the gift that was given to you by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is faith. That's gonna keep you going. Oh yeah, go ahead.
28 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
Woo! Because what? You get faith by hearing.
Yeah.
Now if you turn your ear, now you're considered an abomination,
Yep.
which is a filthy thing in the eyes of the Lord.
Yeah. That's why these guys that heard this truth and did nothing about it, man, the Lord hates you.
That's the spirit, because I was going into that camp and
The Lord hates you.
you had something?
Yeah, I had something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was going in on it. 1 John 5 and I'm starting at 4. It says, for whatsoever is born of the Most High overcometh the world. And this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. All right? So we're going to conquer this world through our belief in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, not for not belief in ourselves or some other nigga, man. You know,
God,
you know,
God.
come, man. You know, that's how we're gonna overcome, man.
I got
You know, overcome Satan. You know, the demonic energy of America. All right. It says, verse 5: Who is he that overcometh the world? But he that believeth that Yahushua is the Son of the Most High. You know? So that's talking about the elect, man. All right? The 144,000, man. The ones that believe that Yahushua is the Son of the Most High, man.
I got a piece of
Come, go ahead.
this Ephesians 2 and 8.
Oh, yeah, that's spirit. That's
You
exactly
there?
what I was looking for. Yeah, come, go ahead.
It says,
On the road.
for by grace are ye saved through faith,
Come.
and that not of yourselves.
Yeah, and that's what the brother was going into. That this ain't gonna be of you. You ain't gonna be able to say, "Oh, it was all me. It was me." This was a gift, like the brother Kashkala was going into. Man. It says, you can finish that out, Bob.
Yeah, because it goes right to what you just said.
Yeah.
It says, it is the gift of the Most High.
It is the gift of the Most High. So if the Most High gives you a gift and he expect a recompense upon it, man, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to grow. But how do you grow it? Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. By catching those afflictions, catching that hell, showing love to brothers, not defrauding brothers, standing in a meek and humble, contrite spirit before men, man.
Yeah.
These are the things, man. This is a gift, man. So in the gift, you wanted to appreciate and value, man. That's right.
That's how the Lord works, man. You know, he makes us lean on Him. You know, so if you ever see a brother, that's why the Lord speaks about pride too.
Yeah.
You know, because pride comes, you just proud. You think that basically that you're not dependent.
That's
Right.
Like
You know,
you got it.
yeah, like you got it.
That's
You
why
know what I'm
that Sirach 10 goes into that. That Sirach, it says pride was not made for me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Neither was, anger or wrath.
That's
the
right.
same verse. But what was you gonna say, brother?
Come, if I can get this for you right quick. This is Ecclesiastes 5 and 1. Set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough of my life. Follow not thy own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart.
See, that goes into that Proverbs, I think the 3rd chapter, lean not on my own understanding. You know,
Okay.
and I think in the book of Job it says who is more pure than his maker.
Yeah.
You know, so what is you to lean on your own self? Thinking you're right.
And the word in that precept the brother brought out his heart, and we all know that goes back to love, man. What did the scriptures say? At one point, it says that the heart is deceitfully wicked above all things, man.
Yes,
And
sure.
that's so your mind is deceitfully wicked above all things. That's why you have to set your mind upon Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, and He should guide the heart aright.
That's right.
Con.
You wanted me to pull wisdom.
Oh yeah, I think it's Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 14. Because y'all talking about a gift of faith.
Okay.
I think that's what the scripture
It says, and blessed is the eunuch which with his hand, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 verse 14. And blessed is the eunuch which with his hands have wrought no iniquity, nor imagined wicked things against Yahweh Shem Yahushua. For unto him shall be given the special gift of faith.
There you go, the special gift of faith. It said, blessed is the eunuch, right?
Yeah.
Was it not Paul, if I'm not mistaken? Then the eunuch really didn't deal with women.
Right. Yeah.
And was given a special gift of faith. He got kicked off that horse, and the next thing you know, he said, "Why are you kicking against the pricks?" He heard it, and then he believed it.
And just to expand upon it further, that eunuch is, we're all eunuchs. Not saying that we don't deal with women in the flesh, but spiritually, we don't deal with these other doctrines, man.
Right.
We ain't getting into all of that other bullshit. Like, we may, pick knowledge out of it or whatever to cut it, but not to build any foundational pieces upon, man.
Right.
We're only dealing with the scriptures.
That's
So
right.
we're that eunuch, man. I'll finish it off. It says, for unto him shall be given the special gift of faith and inheritance in the temple of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, more acceptable to his mind.
You know what's crazy? You say you get the inheritance. What is it? The Most High is what it said?
It says, an inheritance in the temple of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yeah, that's right. So the inheritance of the temple of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so the kingdom of heaven. But before that, what do you have to get? You got to get the gift of faith on that golden ticket to get up in there. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
If I could bring this up real quick, Shah. 1 Timothy 4, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, was the laying on of the hands of the prosperity Presbytery. Yes, a lot.
The elders.
Then it says, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that they profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So that's how important that gift is too, And you having that gift is basically you doing the will of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, ultimately.
The scriptures say neglect not the gift, man.
God. And the scriptures do say don't be slothful, because that's how that gift can be taken away from you. And the Lord send those evil spirits on you.
I'm gonna bring this up.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 38. Now the just shall live by faith. And who are the just, man? The man that seek the kingdom of heaven, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the man that seek true balance and within the planet Earth, man. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. And that was let me go to it and make sure that was Yahushua speaking. It doesn't even show red, but that's Yahushua, man. Like, if any man that draw back from what these scriptures entail for us to do by the measure of faith, by you gonna catch sales, you gonna go through affliction. Matter of fact, we can get some of those accounts if the brother go to what you call
First Maccabees 2.
Maccabees.
Going through like through the affliction?
Yeah, going through certain afflictions like the 7 holy brothers. The 7 righteous, the 7 righteous sons, the 7 righteous sons, the mother. The things that Abraham went through, the things that David went through. These are examples of you enduring certain afflictions and hardships for because of your faith, man. Faith will bring you into being strengthened. The brother Atazawan was going into it with the brothers from I don't know if I think both of them was from the North Carolina camp, but he was going into the fact that when the Lord wants to build your faith, he sends fear sometimes. And what happens when he sends fear? You go through afflictions, moments in which you really don't even know if you're gonna be able to make it out. But through your faith, that gift of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you actually make it through, man. And when you see, look, fuck me up right there, man. He could have killed my family. He could have did this. He could have did that. He delivered you. Now you fear him. It's like, damn, I was in a dire strait, but yet he delivered you. there goes your faith. Now your faith is strengthened. He's dealing with me. And what did I do to be so righteous in his eyes? Whatever I'm praying for, let me continue to pray for it. Yep. I know he's real. Because that's the first thing you do when you go, you catch some hell. That's what you do, man. Your faith is being built. But it's only when you go through those straits in the Lord, and you know it wasn't of you, it was of him. That's what the brothers was going into early when they read those 2 prior precepts, man.
Go ahead. That's why, like you're going into, that's why it's important to always remember, like, kind of keep your own mental record, so to speak, of situations that you was in. The Lord got you out of it, man. Sometimes you get into a place where you might doubt, which is a demon that could get on brother. Damn, I don't know, man. But then you look back at situations like, man, Lord, you've been getting right there. Like, right there the whole time, man. So that's why you have to, it's good to have keep those examples, man, to keep you going. You in a spirit of sincerity, doing what you have to do. Why would the Lord, save you out of, why would he take you out? Why would he deliver you out of situations back then? But now he's just going to leave you for dry, man. Nah, man. Scripture say the Lord is a just power, man. All right, and that's also in Sirach chapter 2, where it says, "Any trust in the Lord and what's confounded."
Yeah, I'm right there. If you want.
Oh, you ready? That's
John, this is Ecclesiasticus 2 and verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
And that's what they was about to go. That's what they were about to go into. Like you call for First Maccabees chapter 2, where it gives you the history, man, of different accounts where men trust in the Lord, and the Lord was with them.
That's why we got the scriptures.
That's right.
That's why you're supposed to read.
That's right.
So you can see these accounts and these acts that our forefathers did, the men before us, and see how they move, so you can do the same thing.
Hey, that's why the scriptures is called comfort. We were doing the lessons last night. I went into that, man, about the scriptures supposed to. That's in First Maccabees, where it says that we have the holy scriptures in our hands to comfort us. You get into those straits, those situations. They call the scriptures. Read how the Lord was saving man out of things, man.
Daniel and the lion's den.
Yep.
You'll read that. You like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even worried about what you was going through.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right, man. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to continue. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Right. And the answer is nobody, man. All right. Whoever called upon the name of the Lord, all right, in all fear and sincerity, man, the Lord was there with him, man. The brothers have that same mind frame. That's why brothers are still around and still enduring, man. Because brothers believe that Yahweh Shem Yahshua is with them. I think is that it? Really, that whole chapter is fire, man.
Everything.
Yeah,
it's fire, man.
Go ahead.
I had some over in First Maccabees just to get to the meat of the situation. Because at the end of the day, like this is war to win. That's why the scriptures tell you to endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. Like, so at the end of the day, we bringing out this in Maccabees or whatever, because here's a man that was literally, he was putting his life on the line each and every day, every week, man. He was fighting for the kingdom of Israel, man, to restore Israel through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. So his faith was constantly being tested, and every time the Lord delivered him through each bout, each circumstance that he was caught up in or whatever, his faith was being built, because he knew, damn, I could really be put to death or whatever. So this is just an account of how you go through things, and through you going through it, after a while you get to the point it's like, hey man, I'm doing everything I can in this truth. Hey, if I die, so be it. But hey, it's up to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. And right now I feel like I know he's on my side. Not even a feel. I know he on my side. I can't lose, man. You gonna move in the right spirit.
That's right.
If you truly fear the Lord, if you have that faith, you gonna fear him. But this is the point. It says, I'm gonna start at verse, this is First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 18. It says, unto whom Judas answered, It is no hard matter for many. Matter of fact, let me see. I'm gonna jump up to verse 16. It's a lot. And when he came near to the going up of Bethoron, Judas went forth to meet him with a small company, who, when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able? And this is the man asking. This is where you get the scene of 300. It says, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude, and so strong, seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all this day long? So he was like, hey man, like we really ready to die. He was in the spirit of like, hey man, we ready to give up before we even start. He said, let me read back. It says, so we are ready to faint. And to faint is I haven't looked the word up, but to faint is to be weary. That to be weak, to be to have feeble knees. Right. I haven't looked that up. It's a lot. Very false. But that's what it is to be faint, man.
Yeah.
So he was telling you he was unsure of the outcome of this, man. Mm-hmm. But this is what Judas said unto him, unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few. And are we not a few? The men that are actually pushing the true doctrine, the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahushua throughout the globe. 144,000 men. That's few.
Right.
Before the sights of the entire globe, it's damn near 8 billion people, man.
Right.
Come on, that's few.
Like I say,
go ahead.
Most always deal with a small number. It was about the masses having a great multitude, so to speak. Just a whole bunch of Lord. Cause that's how the Lord shows His power, man. Through the underdog, man. The ones you least expect, to conquer and take over, man.
Because you would have to ponder upon the thought. Damn, is there a divine intervention that's going on here?
Right.
And that's what the Most High is about. Mm-hmm. It says, and with the power of heaven is all one, to deliver with a great multitude or a small company.
Right.
For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host. Ooh. And that's an army. That's what the brother was going into. Lord don't deal with large numbers, man.
Right.
He deal with a few multitude, man. 144,000 men to be exact in this battle to come, man. Mm-hmm. For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. That's where the strength come from. And what is the beginning of that strength when you in reference to man? Faith. That's the beginning of it all.
That's right.
Because fear and faith is synonymous with each other. You have niggas out there or whatever would try to argue that point, but that's synonymous, man. You ain't gonna fear unless you have faith.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So it's faith, man.
Yeah, piece of
go ahead.
Too after you.
Not just going into the what you were saying about the few numbers.
Oh, go ahead.
It's Deuteronomy 7:7. It says, "The Lord did not set His love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people." This is the point. It says, "But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which He had sworn unto your fathers, have the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt." And that's why the Lord chose us, man, because He loved us and He made a promise with us. So if you don't, you really breaking the covenant.
Yeah, covenant. With that
lack
of faith, man. Yeah. That lack of faith, you breaking the covenant, because that's a part of who we are. To even be martyrs, that's a part of our heritage, man. Mm-hmm. Why we would die for what? Our laws, man. You'll put your life on the line for the law. And that's, I'm finna get right back into it. It says, they come against us, verse 20, chapter 3, First Maccabees. They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us. and our wives and children and spoil us. That's what's going on now, man. But it's happening in the physical, but more so in the spirit of things now, man. People try to pull you up out of the truth by calling you rapists, women haters, whoremongers, child molesters. They say all of these things, man. And these things, are they not be held by our family as well, man? Your daughter got to hear people calling your daddy a goddamn racist or a pedophile and all of these things. So it touches family as well, man. Verse 21. But we fight for our lives and our laws, man. That's what we fighting for, man. We're the only men at this point that's fighting for our lives. Why? Because every man should be what? Say through it, what did the scripture say? Let every man seek out his own salvation with fear and trembling. Why? Because this brother, I can't say that brother can't save me. So we're fighting for our lives first and foremost, man. Individually. And secondly, we're fighting for the laws. And if you're fighting for the law, you're fighting for the brother as well, man. So it's all in the same.
Scripture say continue faith.
Come.
It's a battle.
It says, verse 22, wherefore the Most High himself will overthrow them before our eyes. And that's what we hope we have faith in, man. And as for you, be ye not afraid of them. And that's to us, man. We ain't afraid of you people, man. We ain't afraid of our families. You got the top elites that want to put us to death, man. You niggas behind the comment boards want to put us to death. We don't fear that, man. We don't fear your words. We don't fear the ramifications coming from our slave masters back in the world if they come across our video. We don't fear men. It says, and this is verse 23. It says, now as soon as he had left off speaking, and this is literally what he was telling the other guy. When the man was like, man, y'all ain't even got that many dudes, man. What's going on here? And these are the things that Judas had spoken to him. But this is in the midst of this and right after. It says, now as soon as he left off speaking, he leapt suddenly upon them. And so Saran and his hosts were overthrown before him. So he literally jumped down and got busy against the enemy, man. He was like, hey, man, the Lord with us. I'll see you dudes on the battlefield. I'm out of here. That's what it's about. He showed pure faith, man. That's right. And he was delivered. Is that not how we get honor to this day? Yep. Through Judas Maccabees, man. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Through faith.
And just to add to that, man, that was a big turning point in history in that specific war, because the Maccabean War started in like 167 BC, and that battle of Beth Horon was in 166 BC. In that particular battle, he took down the Syrian government, which in turn put the Seleucid Empire into economic collapse. So he crippled their ass, man. Because he had faith in Yahweh Shem Shai to go up in there and do what he needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting for the law. I'm like, there's been innocent, the scriptures say no one dies innocent, but there's children of Israel who didn't fight because they're trying to keep the law. And then the enemy came down and slaughtered them because they knew it was their Sabbath day. They're like, you know what? No, man, I'm going to fight for that. I'm not going to sit here and die. And just lay down to him. And we're gonna fight. And if you're scared, go home, man.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Because this whole battle was about keeping that faith at the end of the day, because we understand that there gonna be 11th-hour Israelites. They ain't gonna go through what we're meant to go through, what we're built to go through, man. It's gonna be faith. But for you men that actually watching these videos, you have it. So therefore, you have something before you, man. You actually owe the Lord something. And therefore, you must go fulfill your life, and that's through what? By showing your works, man. Going out to the highways and byways, putting up your videos, doing your lessons, getting up with brothers, going out before the camp first and foremost, man.
That's right.
These are the things in which how you show your faith, man. You have to be strengthening.
That's right.
You got to be strengthened. You got to strengthen your faith, man. Because if you don't catch this hell right now, man, you're gonna catch it in the near future, in the time of Jacob's trouble, and you're going to doubt, you're going to be found wavering, you're going to be found wanting, and your faith is going to be found defective. That's what wanting goes back to.
if I can say just to back you up, you know, that's why, like you said, going into them times, that's why now's the time to just get it in while it's available.
Come.
You know, that's why Yahweh Shai said, I must work the work of him that sent me while it is day.
Yes.
You know? Matter of fact, somebody can get that real quick and y'all brothers can get what I was about to get. You know? That's why things are the way they are. The Lord is holding back, you know, so that brothers can get their spiritual boost, man. You know, going into these perilous times, man. You know, because you don't want to be like I always, you know, me and the brother always talk. We said, look, man, you don't want to be in the back of a damn SWAT van. Think like, damn, man, I could have did more videos. Or I could have prayed more. Damn, I should have been fasting more. You don't, man. You want to go in with a sense of confirmation. Like, look, man,
I did what I was.
I served the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know. Go ahead.
This is John 9:4. It says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work.
Right, the night is coming that when no man can work, man. All right, what's the night represent? The purpose of the day of the Lord, man.
Mm-hmm.
When they say the day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Yeah.
Who can abide?
Who can abide?
The second chapter.
You know, the day of clouds and thick darkness.
You don't want to be on that wrong side, man.
Was that Amos?
Yep.
You don't want to be on that opposite side,
That's
man.
God.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be nothing good. You on the opposite side, man.
Right.
That's why the brother was saying, man, you got to do the work, man.
Do the work.
You know what I'm saying? But that comes with having faith.
Yep. And then like you mentioned earlier, I don't know if we're gonna have time to get it, but you mentioned the book of James, which says, "I'll show you my faith by my works."
Oh yeah, James too.
You know, right? So the reason why brothers are going so hard because brothers believe, man.
Come.
You know,
Faith, man.
that's right. Go ahead.
I think you
Yep.
was
Yeah,
Amos.
Oh, you had.
Oh, okay, come.
Yeah.
Come.
Nobody add on you.
Oh, go ahead.
This back to Ecclesiastes 2. It says, "Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended."
We all know that word woe go back to destruction.
Whoa,
Then it says, continuing on to verse 14, "Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?"
How do you read up the verse before that, Bible Shah?
Verse 13, "Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended."
It says he believeth not. Now read the other. That's a lack of faith.
Right.
You want me to go back up to one more time? Or go back down? Verse 14, "Woe unto you that have lost patience!" Exclamation mark. "And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit
It said, what is we all know what the word patience go back to is suffering, man. To have patience is to suffer. So want to you that show a total lack of faith, want to use read that Bible
I got you.
trying to pull my damn thoughts, man.
I got you, bro. Verse 14, "Woe unto you that have lost patience!"
Patience, the salat, the water. Patience. So woe unto you that show absolutely no faith, and woe unto you that didn't continue to suffer in patience, man.
Mm-hmm.
To show patience by suffering, man, enduring those inflictions.
That's
So
right.
therefore, the Lord said, "You should not be defended, man."
That's right.
Because of that lack of faith, it begins with faith, man.
That's right.
Con.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you got it, bro. You got it.
I was gonna say, yeah, you said, Lord not gonna raise up no standard for you in that day, man. Where it says the enemy shall come in like a flood, but the Lord will look. That's talking about for the elect, man. You know, for you other people out there, y'all, man, it's gonna be just you and you by yourself, man.
That's right.
You know,
You're gonna be caught out there.
you're gonna be caught the hell out there, man.
Yeah, I gotta bring this out, bro.
Yeah,
Okay, come.
Because the brother had showed me the scripture, you know.
Because the brother Zakari brought a fire. Cause that's a fire. That's a fire chapter.
Yeah.
Because like when you going through it, like me personally, just my own little testimony, catching hell, I read that chapter 3 times and meditate on it. You know, but it said, "He that believeth not and lost patience." Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's Sirach 26 and 28. It says, "There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty."
That's us right now.
Mhm.
That's us right now because we
We
low.
through, man.
We low, but we ate. But like the brother Tesla quoted, like endure hardness as a good soldier. We soldiers though.
Yeah.
We soldiers. No matter what type of spirit, you know,
Yeah.
you may have a giving spirit, you know, a humble spirit. We all soldiers.
Yeah,
We
we
are
all
at the end of the
soldiers,
day.
We all soldiers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, "And men of understanding that are not set by."
Men of understanding are not set by. We're supposed to be technically how Daniel was sitting in the seat of a president.
Right.
That was a man who was set by him because he had understanding. That, you know, the leaders back in the day were way more intelligent than these dumbass Edomites. Because if the Edomites has any type of sense, he'll have apostles and elders sitting right next to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Big dummy. So
Yeah.
that's what that's going into. Men understanding not set by. Go ahead.
Mhm. It says, "And one that returned from righteousness to sin."
Lost patience.
Mhm.
And is faithless and believeth not what's going to happen to
So
him.
he turned his back.
What was that? You just read Sirach 2. The Lord will visit you.
Yeah.
And anytime the scriptures say the Lord visit you, he just ain't going to say, hey, what's up, you know?
No.
You want a drink, you know, put some lamb on the grill. Nah.
Yeah. He ain't wasting his
He
time.
ain't wasting his time.
And
Because
come
what
and
is,
kiss your ass.
it says, vengeance is for the Lord, and the year of my redeeming comes nigh or draws nigh. Paraphrasing. When he visits you, it's because he's getting vengeance. Okay? It goes all the way back to the law, Exodus 20. I will visit them who hate me, the third and fourth generation.
Yeah, that
Okay.
visit, man.
He's going.
Yeah.
That's what Jake be saying, man.
Yeah.
I'm
I'ma
gonna
see
pay you
you.
a visit. I'm
Yeah.
gonna see you, man.
See you.
That's what the Lord is saying. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
So I see you, it's on site.
Yeah.
Oh, the scriptures are cold.
God, it's
man.
cold, bro. It said, I'm gonna read that part again. It said, "And one that returneth from righteousness to sin, the Lord prepared such an one for the sword."
He's gonna visit you.
That's that visit, man. And we ain't about the sword fight, man. You can't sword fight with the Lord. You know?
Put you to death.
Quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Feels like the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was trying to find something else.
Okay.
And,
You get
You got something?
God. And you know that all goes back to making sure you working, laboring, so you can have those works so that he can say, hey, you have faith by works. You know?
That's how he builds you, man.
That's right.
Through your works.
So I can, because in Sirach, the 30th chapter, I forgot the verse. It tells you to send your son to labor and give him no liberty. What is the Lord doing with us? Do my work.
Yeah.
You know.
God.
We ain't got
This is
time
what
to
we
fucking off.
real talk. The Lord really don't like feel sorry for us.
No.
It's like, man, this is what you're supposed to be doing.
It's punishment on us.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's our punishment, but like the work that we're doing,
Yeah.
he's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I called many of y'all to do this.
Yeah.
You know, but a few of y'all gonna be shown this is what y'all supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I think it's the Sirach 30, because the Sirach 30 is a good way if you have if you have a son or a kid,
Oh yeah.
and how to raise your child, you should read Sirach 30. But it tells them to put your kid to work, man.
Yeah.
Put him to labor. And if you're getting chastised, that means you're a son of the Most High. Going back to Hebrews 12:6 and verse 7. You know, you got
Which is a beautiful thing. It's a lot.
or else you're considered a bastard if you ain't chastised.
That's right.
Because there's only really two things that's going on with brothers saying this truth, man. You either working or you getting chastised. And still, even in the midst of getting chastised, you still must do what? Work, man. This is what it's about.
Yeah, the men of the Lord getting both, man.
Yeah.
We doing
Yeah.
the work and getting
At the
chastised.
same time.
Call Lottie how about shit.
That's right.
Because we're not bastards, man. That's the Lord showing us love. And him raising up soldiers, man. You know, some brothers may lose a job, some brothers may get hurt, injuries. That's just the things we got to go through. Because Yahweh Shah, once he was here in the flesh, he went through a lot, man.
That's right.
More than we ever could.
More than us. So it's a beautiful thing for him to give us the name and all these things and to build our faith and to chastise us like, hey, get together. I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do that to you, and you still gonna do my work, man.
Yeah, that's what you was in Sirach, the 2nd chapter earlier.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
Y'all can go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pulling this James 2 and you might want to start at 17.
Yeah, what?
Come on, verse 17. Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone.
So let's say read it again.
God, even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone.
Yeah, so faith without works, just by itself, it's dead, man. So that's for you guys that all you do is sit behind the camera, sit on the computer screen, and Shalom brothers or whatever. Five lesson y'all bringing out that heat on the camp video or whatever, on the sit down or whatever. That really uplifted me, brother. But where are your works, man? We're showing you ours. And that's not us gloating over you. We asking you to come into this labor, man. Ain't no brother finna get jealous that another brother come in to labor in the spirit, man. This is what it's about, man. Putting in that work. You'll read that back, Baba Shah?
God, if I can add on to you, that's not us glorifying ourselves either. That's us glorifying Yahweh Shina Shah. Let you know how it is, how charitable we are, and how serious this is too. I'll reread it. This is James 2 and 17. Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone.
So faith without works is dead, man. And that's any of these social media prophets. I pray the Lord destroy all of you niggas, man. Fucking hate you guys, man. All of you guys that come out, you use this, you come to our videos, you go out before the brothers, and you take this as a platform or a form of entertainment, a platform for you to kick your rhetoric on the side, being scoffers and mockers, man.
Right.
You got it.
And now continue on to verse 18. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, but I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
So we showing you our faith by our works, man. Not just going out by to the highways and byways, standing in the hot ass sun, standing in the brick cold of winter, standing out there doing pollen season in the thick of spring. We're going through all extremes, man. We're showing you our faith, man. But yet you commend us, but yet you don't show it, man. Faith is an essential thing in this, man. That's the only reason we endure.
And if I can add on to this, to you, bro, this is Romans 12. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service, man. Because we're actually serving Yahweh Hashem Al Shah. You know, us working, that's business, man. Those spiritual coins, you know, that we're making with the Most High. This is our business, His business. Yahweh Hashem Al Shah business.
Making yourself that sacrifice, man. It says a living sacrifice. That's what putting your body on the line, man. And living. That's why it's a living sacrifice. You're gonna have to do this again and again and again and again and again, man, until death or salvation, man. It's either one of the two. You're a living sacrifice, man.
That's right.
God, just go through that fire.
So how do you show yourself as a living sacrifice? By doing the work, man. And what is the first essential thing of doing the work? Is faith, man. And we show you our faith by our works. What you got it up?
Add something. Add something to back the brothers up. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 15. Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry, which the Most High have ordained. You know, so like brothers say, man, Scripture say, hate not, which laborious work is this ministry, man. I looked up, you know, Spirit had my phone actually get service. I'll never get service downstairs, man. I looked up that word laborious. It means it's from Google. It says especially of a task, process, or journey requiring considerable effort and time. That's the truth, man.
God, that's
something that requires a considerable amount of effort and time, man. which goes into the sacrifice too. Because brothers, you gotta sacrifice your time. You know, sacrifice sleep. You know, you got to sacrifice putting miles in your car, driving to a brother crib to link up, do the lesson. You know, you know, we sacrifice our physical bodies, and we sacrifice, you know, our time, man. And we give effort, man, to this thing. You know, that's why the scripture says, "What? Be not slothful in business, you know, but fervent in spirit." You know, so that's talking. Hey, again, it says, "Hate not the laborious work which the Most High have ordained," man. You know, it's like you said, the brothers that's on the comment board that know you should be out there. Cause you know, not everybody gonna be a prophet, but you got guys that try to, well, nah, I'm gonna just fall. Nah, man, you know the spirit is on you to go out there and prophesy. You know?
That shy shit.
Yeah.
That's out the window.
Yeah. You know, that's right.
I got a precept and we can actually end off on for the video cut off. And build ain't got that. All right, well, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. And this is just still an exhortation in the end of this, man. There have no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man. So you telling us what you going through in your day to day. Are we not going through it? Our brother kids not getting sick? Yes. Are we broke? Yes. Is my car fucked up? Yes. Do I gotta go to work? Yes. Is your rib getting on your damn nerves? Yes.
God.
So what's uncommon? What are you going through that we ain't going through, man? I'll tell you what we're going through. We're going to war on the highways and byways, man. We're putting time and effort, as the brother said, into doing this work, man. That's what we're doing that you're not doing. It says, there is no temptation taking you, but such is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able. So it's nothing that the Lord is going to put in front of you and let you be tempted by to be led astray from Him that is above your strength. He won't do it, man. He's always going to have enough. He's going to give you just enough. Why? Because you have to go through these torments. You have to go through these afflictions. You have to be offended at certain things in this truth. And when I say offended, I mean like you and brothers may get into it. Not offended by the doctrine, man.
Right.
These offenses shall come, man. These are the things, man. So it's nothing that the Lord's gonna put you in that He's gonna tempt you above your strength.
Yeah, right.
So if He's not tempting you above your strength, He's building you, man. He's building your faith, man. That's the strength of this whole thing, man, of this ministry. The strength of faith.
Right.
It says, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape. The Lord has given us, yet He's brought us into something that literally we could die from this, man. We could die from this. You turning your back away from this truth, brothers. We got examples of men that come into this truth and they went back into the world or whatever. He gave them a way to escape destruction. It's to what? Do the work, man. Continue to endure. He's giving you a way to escape. It's no temptation. You can't no brother say, hey man, this is too hard for me. You can't really say that because the Lord didn't tempt you above your strength.
Yeah, the scripture, like I was just saying,
you have a way out, man. So this is not too hard for you, man. For you dudes behind the comment board, man.
Right.
This is not too hard. He's not tempting you above your strength. So if you have that seed of faith, endure these afflictions, man. Endure the chastening of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
Because it's for your strengthening, for your edification. To go into the word edifies means to build, man. The Lord is going to build you. Construct the water. The water. It says, but with the temptations also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. And we're able to bear it, man. Lord willing, we continue to bear it and to endure, man. Lord willing, we be at that number. But if we're at that number, we're gonna endure it, man. So therefore, we have to continue to endure and exhort other brothers to continue to endure, man. That this faith is true strength in this thing of ours, man. It's a key component, man. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. Like, if any brother had anything else to say, hey, man, with that, man, hey, man, continue to endure, man. Double honors unto our apostles and the elders of Great Millstone once again. You know, shalom to the Akim that are pushing sincerely and in faith throughout the four corners. We want to end off by giving all glory and all praises unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah B'dash.
And until the next time, shalom.
Shalom.